Everybody here? It's pretty cool. So I'm going to switch gears a little bit. All these coral talks, they're going to talk about fish. The environmental disturbances that we're going to talk about definitely have ramifications for the coral reef environment as well. What I want to talk about is the fish community response to environmental disturbances and encapsulate that story within the Goliath aggregations. Bear with me, it's a little loose and it works. But what's interesting is how the fish communities have responded to an environmental disturbance that we contributed to. And this all happened last year in September, but it often occurs in the rainy season in South Florida. So, in the encapsulation process, what is an FSA, or fish spawning?
This is when we have hundreds to thousands of individuals, conspecifics, traveling tens to hundreds of kilometers to one very specific area for the sole purpose of reproducing, spawning. Now this can happen, it's usually associated with peak lunar phases, either the new moon or the full moon, but it's very predictable, it's ephemeral, very short lasting period of time, and it's dependent on many environmental conditions that we haven't yet been able to uncover. So we know what happens, we don't know how sensitive they are, but one big issue is they're susceptible to overfishing. They're very easy to exploit because they occur very predictably in the same place year after year. And this quote sums it up pretty well. This came from a Florida Keys charter captain in Key West, and he says that every May and June during the full moon, the mutton snappers spawn off a local reef here just southwest of Key West, and makes them very easy prey for anglers. Okay, they're going to show up. When it looks like this, how are we supposed to tell them they can't fish for it? They're going to want to. I want to. Everybody does. But we're in a tough spot. We know that this fishing can have a very detrimental effect on the fish spawning aggregation. But we also have many cases where management has relieved the fishing pressure from these FSAs and they've rebounded and returned to a viable aggregation. But there are still significant knowledge gaps, not related to fishing pressure, but environmental disturbances and anthropogenic activity that might still be affecting these aggregations. Out of nearly 1,000 aggregations that are known worldwide, 50% of those are classified as unknown, meaning we don't know the status of that aggregation at all. We don't know how many show up, we don't know necessarily when they show up or where they show up. We don't know how fishing is affecting them, and what is most interesting to me is how climate change and environmental disturbances affect those aggregations. But have no fear. Fishing pressure can be mitigated. But what about our non-extractive practices? What about anthropogenically augmented environmental disturbances? That's what I started calling it. It's kind of in works, we don't really know what to call it, but these are environmental disturbances of high magnitude that we have somehow contributed to. We have affected an environmental disturbance or increased the magnitude of this disturbance in some way. And to describe that and explain that to you a little better, I'll give you the perfect ideal model species of Goliath. They're protected from fishing, so we don't have to worry about the confounding effect of fishing pressure. They're also very large, easy to find, and they occur in Jupiter, Florida every year, very predictably. They're always there, no doubt about it. And then we have a high magnitude disturbance. This was a large rain event in September of 2015. They dumped a lot of water at St. Lucie Inlet and caused a disturbance in the coastal environment. So, the objectives of our study were to identify the relationship between rainfall, water management activities, and our observed changes in water quality, which we derived acoustically using sonar. And then we wanted to quantify the effect of this change in water quality on fish school abundance, their structure, and their behavior. And then we're going to discuss and assess the ecological management implications on Goliath aggregations themselves, but also coastal reef communities. Now, we selected 5 reefs in the Jupiter area, denoted by these yellow circles, and we used 31 acoustic surveys over a 7-day period between September and November. Now, the environmental data that we collected came from DEEP. This is from the South Florida Water Management District. It's a publicly available meteorological and hydrological data set that you can query from all over the South Florida region for whatever you want, be it rainfall, flow rate, dam opening frequency, water level, gauge height, all that stuff. It's all there. It's very accessible. So a little closer look at the region. Where I was working in the red circle there, the Jupiter area, just east of the Loxahatchee Inlet, is just several miles south of the St. Lucie Inlet, where most of this action is occurring, and directly east of Lake Okeechobee, which I originally thought was the main culprit for this whole occurrence, this whole disturbance. Now, to get started, I was really interested in how Goliath grouper affected community structure, not disturbances. I started this project looking at how reef fish communities respond to the occurrence of an aggregation. Goliath, they create a large response because they're a large fish, so you assume that when they show up in the area to spawn, there's probably going to be a lot of changes in the environment or the reef fish structure, reef fish community structure. In the beginning of September, we see over top of this reef structure here, a lot of individuals loosely aggregated throughout the water column and a long ways from the water column. And to explain this a little better, this is an SV echogram. This is a scattering volume echogram from our sonar. The intense colors represent a lot of volume of sound returned to the echo center. So brighter the colors, the more dense object, the stronger response. Fish also show up in red. A larger fish shows up as a larger target and has a lot more volume of sound associated with it. In the water column, with just a few blue speckles. Blue speckles indicate some disturbance in the water column that reflects sound, but not a large volume of sound, hence the reason it's a cooler color. So this is in the beginning of September. September being the peak aggregation month for Goliaths, all right? So the end of September, during the full moon, we expect to see them in large quantities, large numbers with spawning. So the water column looks good, there's a lot of fish in the area. Like, all right, we're gonna catch it, it's gonna happen. But then right when that full moon period, right around that week of the full moon, the water quality was degraded. We say degraded because it was highly turbid. We don't necessarily know what all this material is because we didn't have environmental sensors, nothing to collect actual turbidity, sediment load, anything like that. But what we can derive from our acoustic surveys is that there were a lot of acoustic reflectors in the water column. This could be air, it could be inorganic material, it's likely sediment, high turbidity, and from our personal observations, diving area, there's a lot of suspended material in the water column, which tells us that something is definitely going on. We also notice there are no fish on top of that reef. Something's going on, right? But then a month later, after the aggregation period, the water has cleared back up. Fish have started to arrive back at the reef. And while this reef isn't necessarily as large as the last one you saw, it's still a significant size in that area, and there's usually a lot of fish here. So we see that the system is returning back to what it was before the event. Now, in the middle of that period, in September, we saw that something was going on. We didn't really know what it was. But local sources has told us that Lake Okeechobee was being dumped because of all the rain that had just all these rainstorms had caused this rise in Okeechobee. They're dumping water through St. Lucie Canal, and there's a plume of fresh water out in the St. Lucie Inlet. All right, cool. Well, I thought it was Lake Okeechobee, but it turns out that only 10% of the water that's exported out of the St. Lucie Canal comes from the lake. 90% of it comes from the St. Lucie watershed. So that's something we have to pursue further to understand the dynamics of that system. But the important part here is that a lot of water is coming out of the St. Lucie estuary, and we have confirmation of that we got from DB Hydro, from the South Florida Water Management District. From these green circles, we have rainfall, water flow rate, and the dam opening frequency at the different sites. The red line there is the St. Lucie Canal. This is the most important canal in this particular instance, because at the very end here, they dump into the St. Lucie estuary. Now, there's a lot of talk about the importance of keeping that closed or dealing with that water in the media right now, has been over the past few years. But we do know that water flows out of there at a very high rate at certain times of year associated with these rainstorms, right? So first of all, let's look at the rainfall. Right in the middle of September, denoted by that red line, we have this major peak in regional rainfall average. So this is the storm of interest. On September 16th, rainfall went through the roof across the entire region, and subsequently, flow rate out of the St. Lucie dam structure went through the roof as well. Very high magnitude change, and we see that just 6 days after the event, the rainstorm, this flow rate goes to the roof, right? And that's kind of what it looks like. This has got to have an effect on the estuary, right? Well, that starts to paint the picture for us a little more clearly. At this point, when I had seen that, I knew that we were onto something. I knew that we had been able to characterize some event in the water column in kind of a novel way using acoustics. We see that in the beginning of the month, SB, or scattering volume, in the water column was pretty low. It was about normal. We saw that the water was pretty clear, white. But then, throughout the season, late September through October, it's much, much higher. So there's a lot more reflectors in the water returning south. We know that this change has occurred, and then things return back to normal in November. And going one step further, if you look at the satellite images from those time periods, you see that surface water, productivity of the surface, was much higher in the St. Lucie region during the disturbance. So it's there. That's the story. Just to recap, we've got a major rainstorm, followed by increased flow rate, and then we follow that acoustically. So we characterize the event pretty well. We know that it's there, we know what happened, we know that the time in which the disturbance occurred is significantly different from the times before and after. But what happened to the fish communities? We thought that during the event, these fish schools would become more compact and dense, which would increase their ability to transmit signal between individuals. Now, they can't see each other when they're far apart, so they need to become close together. They also need to avoid predation. So they need to get huddling close, and they need to get closer to the reef. That's signal. And then on the alternative is that when the water is clear, they're more loosely aggregated. They use the water column more freely because they can perceive predators, they can perceive each other from greater distances. But we actually saw that the mean school length between the high disturbance period and the low disturbance period was significantly different. Length of the schools during the low disturbance was much greater. Thickness of the schools was significantly different. So during the low disturbance period, the thickness of schools, the vertical distribution of schools was much higher. And then also the distribution of scattering volume from the schools measured was significantly different. This tells us these red bars here would be the high disturbance period, which tells us there's a higher frequency of individuals, the same density, much higher pack than during the low disturbance period. The distribution of the schools during the low disturbance in blue is much more spread apart. There's a lot more variation in their distribution, meaning that they're not as afraid of predators, or they're more able to see each other, so they spread out. But I think the most interesting thing here, and this goes into the behavioral aspect of these fish communities and these schools, is that there was a very strong relationship between thickness and length to describe area of the schools. So this tells us that despite the change in water column, whether it's high disturbance or low disturbance period, the morphology of the school structure itself was maintained. Their geometric shape was preserved. So the most efficient school shape is an oblong, which minimizes the cross-sectional area in which a predator can perceive the school. It's like looking at someone from the front rather than from the side. Predators see you a lot less readily when you're looking at them head on. So despite the disturbance, they were able to preserve this shape. That tells us a lot about the instinct of schooling fish, that no matter what, they're going to maintain that school. But that change in SB also indicates that while we didn't lose the number of individuals, they did become more dense. So our hypothesis was essentially correct. And then if you look a little further into how they were using the environment, the distance from the reef, the distributions were also very different. There was a lot of variation during the low disturbance period, which tells us that they were using the environment more freely, as aside from the high disturbance period, where the means appear to be similar, but there's a lot less variation around them. And unfortunately, distance from the bottom did not appear to be highly significant. But if you look at the means themselves, it seems that their distance from the bottom was much higher during the high disturbance period. We're still a long ways from understanding what's going on here. That's future data analysis and that kind of stuff. But this is kind of a preliminary result of what we've seen here. Now, what does all this mean? Well, there was a clear change in water quality associated with that September 16th rainfall event. And we know that coastal fish communities are often resilient to environmental disturbances, as long as they're episodic and predictable. But eventually we can exceed those environmental tolerances that they might be disruptive. So it changes the school dynamic. In the literature, there are clear indications that behavioral modifications are associated with fitness trade-offs. Now, does this reach into the Goliath group aspect of things? We saw the community structure of schooling fish was changed, what happened to Goliath as well? At the moment, we don't have hard numbers to tell you exactly how many Goliath people were there before, during, and after. But the initial count of group from acoustically derived numbers indicated that there was a higher number before, less during, and less after. So whether the aggregation was dispersed entirely or it had merely run its course in the aggregation season is unclear. We're still working on this data. But we did see a major effect in community structure associated with the event. So we know these high magnitude disturbances can have detrimental effects on community dynamics. It's throughout the literature, and I think we have pretty clear evidence that it happens here as well. Now, we weren't necessarily able to tell you if it affected Goliath grouper yet, but it potentially disrupted the Goliath grouper spawning activity. And this being the sole opportunity for that species to spawn, being a very heavily protected individual, and in the case that this can be found in other systems with other species, you might disrupt future year classes from successfully spawning. And as climate changes, as the frequency, the magnitude, the erratic nature of storms increases, it's important to consider how we might affect environmental disturbances, because they're going to happen. But we can modify our behavior, perhaps, to adjust how we influence those changes. Now, this has all been very interesting, and I think it highlights a very unique relationship between terrestrial management, terrestrial water management issues, and marine fisheries management issues. And hopefully, this can be used in the future to develop more effective management strategies to consider both the whole ecosystem versus fisheries and terrestrial. With that, I'd like to acknowledge my authors, committee members, and the lab mates, and all the interns and undergraduates. Thank you all for sitting through this vision. Any questions? Nobody knows about fish.
Yeah, I just want to confirm what I think I heard you saying. You said that water quality signal scattering disturbance that you measured, that was definitely turbidity? I mean,
Not definitely.
You're not sure?
Our personal observations, we had divers in the water. There were a lot of suspended material, and that was totally opportunistically collected data.
Okay.
We had no idea that this was going to happen.
So you're not sure if that was affecting their visual communication?
It absolutely was. The visibility of the water column was gone.
Significant, okay.
Foot. It's terrible. But the magnitude, the actual magnitude, the actual state of that water, we don't know. We know that salinity and temperature during that time, pH were not significantly affected throughout the whole study period. They were, on average, seasonal average. There's no dramatic change associated with the change in visibility or scattering volume. So, this years coming forth, we're going to put out sensors and leave stuff to try and characterize that in case that happens again.
So the acoustics you got was definitely particles in the water, though? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Have you thought about looking for like concentrations?
Chlorophyll concentration?
Yeah, you mentioned that there was a lot of productivity coming out.
The surface water stuff, the satellite image, I've downloaded a lot of it, and I'm kind of new to that process, but we've got one of my lab mates is kind of dig into the satellite stuff, so we're going to try and see if the trend we observed, or the lag that we observed between the rainfall flow and our change in water quality, we can correlate all those things together and just really hammer the final nail in the coffin. But in the future, I'd like to have more sensors out there to characterize what's going on. At the moment, I don't believe that there's any real quantification of environmental parameters in that inlet that I can find. A lot of that stuff has been removed in the past couple of years and isn't active. It used to be there, it's not there right now. Go ahead.
Your acoustic signal that was from a boat?
Yeah.
I was just wondering if it's continuous.
Now, we actually have a system that we've deployed on the sites, usually for several days at a time, for a week or two. And that goes in next fall.
And what was the depth?
Range from 15 meters to 45 meters. And that's also, that disturbance we occurred, the graph that I showed you with the rise and fall of scattering volume was an average between all the sites that ranged from 1 kilometer to 6 kilometers. But all those sites were found to be
point about kind of the co-management between terrestrial water management and marine fisheries. Do you know if anyone in this region is using a watershed-based model, like they do in Chesapeake Bay watershed?
I don't. Curtis actually has been real helpful. He kind of works with me on the CRCP stuff. I've been bugging him to get into this hydrology stuff because it's an opportunity and it became really interesting. So I've started to pursue it. I don't know if the models exist. It could be really helpful.
Have you gone back in time to how frequent that disturbance occurs on top of that particular spawning aggregation?
I have those data. I downloaded like the last 5-10 years, I think. I've got a lot of it. For the sake of time, I put it in there. But we do see environmental these spikes through the rainy season where these, and you hear about it every year. They dump through the estuary there, or after big rains, and you have to get rid of the water. It has to happen.
I was working on a cattle ranch project just north of Highway 70, and that was probably like 2011, 2012. And this particular ranch was in the Florida Ranchlands Environmental Services Program, so they were getting paid and some engineering had been done with hold water up on the ranch. So it didn't go out to tide. This particular one would go to the east. And the water, after a big rainfall, got so high, the cattle got trapped in the back living. And a wetland that normally would be waist deep was over our heads with water. And we thought, okay, this wetland's going to stay wet the whole year. The next time we came back and sampled, it was bone dry because the district had opened up the canal beside it, and in a matter of 2 weeks, all that water went out. So even though this particular ranch had structures put in to hold the water back, once they dropped the level of the canal, it's like a big sieve. It just went out the bottom.
Yeah.
And the whole thing, and so all that water just went out the top.
Yeah. Well, so just inland of the SA, the St. Lucie Dam structure, there's a new water retention facility, a huge facility to manage this excess water, clean it up also. I don't know, and it's not complete yet, but they're working with us. Eventually, hopefully in the future, there's some mechanism to manage this water a little more effectively.
Yeah, I think that's about 11,000 acre feet of storage that they're adding, and a 3,000 acre storage treatment area.
But during extreme rain events, it's not really.
Right, it's still gonna, maybe the first event.
Yeah.
After the storm.
All right. Thank you very much.